Welcome back everyone, this is Traycon here, the Gaming Statistician, and for today's video, even though I'm a much higher level, I'm going to go ahead and do a walkthrough of the dungeon for Kang Kung and how to beat him and what strategies you should use, because I often see people asking how they can get past him and they're just really struggling. Most people around level 16, 17, but I'm going to go ahead and do a walkthrough. It's going to be a little easy for me. I'll try to use some lower level heroes, but it's more about what to focus on here and what strategies you should use. And so the first thing you notice is it's all blue enemies, and some people that are early on in the game might not know that the water enemies do really poorly against the nature enemies. So you want to use all nature heroes here, and that'll help a lot. I think some people maybe are still stuck on using Rogar, and Rogar is a fire enemy or hero, and they do really poorly against water heroes. And also pay attention to the stars here. So these Sea Spray Samurai are only 1 star, so we're not going to worry about them too much. We're going to attack them last. These mountain hounds tend to do a lot of damage. They're 2 stars, but I think that they die pretty easily, so I think you should attack them first. And then these Frostwing Hunters, they dodge and evade abilities, so actually you should probably put them after Sea Spray Samurai, just because they can be annoying and they might hang around for a little while even after you try to attack them a few times. So our attack order here is going to be, take out these Mountain Hounds first, then Sea Spray Samurai, and then finally Frostwing Hunter. So, and you're going to want to use all nature characters. So you should have a Willow. I'm not going to use her, but so you use your Willow and then 2 other nature characters. Make sure you get them max level and make sure you up their abilities and everything. And then also make sure that you bring potions. I actually suggest bringing revive potions. I think they can help a little bit more than health potions. And revive potions, yeah, you might not get a 3-star if you use one, but really right now you just want to beat the dungeon and move on further into the game. So epic dungeon, let's go in here, let's check it out and see how we do. So we have all nature heroes, which is important, and so we shouldn't be taking that much damage from the water enemies, because we'll be able to do 30% more damage to them, and I believe they're going to do 25% less damage to us. So like I said, we're first going to focus on these hounds and try to take them out as quickly as possible, because they tend to see how much damage the hounds are doing. They're doing that hound did 480 damage. The blue samurai only did 52 damage on his hit. So you definitely want to use your guys to take out the hounds first. And I think it's important to also use your special abilities early on, and then they'll come back before you get to the final boss. But if you're getting close, like maybe 1 room or 2 rooms away from the final boss, you might want to go ahead and not use your special abilities until well, I actually should have hit the samurai guy there, so that was my mistake. But you might want to save your special abilities if you're only like 1 room away from the final boss. So now moving on to the next room. So it's a bunch of rooms, which can be an issue, but that's why you bring these revive potions, just in case you lose a guy. So we're going to go ahead and use a special ability here for, if you do have Bovis, I really suggest using him, because this Stampede can help you get through multiple enemies at once. It does a decent amount of damage, and also takes away 1 energy from the opponent, so they can't use their specials as quickly. So it's a really nice ability to use if you can. If you get really lucky, you might run into a treasure room or something along the way. It looks like we might not get a treasure room. So just 2 guys here. We're not going to use any special abilities anymore, because we're getting close to the final boss, and we're going to try to save those special abilities for him. But once we get to him, I do want to go over, I think, really a strategy that can be good for beating Kang Kung. So just 1 more room, and 2 samurais and a hound, so we'll take out the hound first. So there we go. Take out the Hound, and these Samurais, they get to attack, but they do so little damage. So now we'll go ahead and continue to attack them. Always click those sparkly things. Nice, we got a stamina. That's always good. Okay, and now we're going to be moving on to the boss fight. And it's kind of a cool animation here. When I first saw it, I thought it was pretty well done and pretty neat. So you see this little guy come down. He looks like not much of a terrific boss that you're going to have to fight. And then Kang Kung just stomps on him, slaps his chest a little bit, lets you know that he's pretty powerful. So the most important thing about this fight is these two things of ice. So you got that piece of ice, and then this piece of ice over here. So we're gonna let I'm gonna let that ice not actually go away this time though, and show you how much damage it does. So it does damage to everyone, and it does a lot of damage to everyone. And you can see even lost a hero. So what you want to do is you want to make sure you basically do the opposite of what I did there. You want to make sure that you destroy the far piece of ice, and you can just let this this boulder piece so that alone. So this is the piece you want to destroy, the one I'm going to hit right now. So you want to make sure you take that piece of ice out. This little boulder throw that he does doesn't do nearly as much damage, and it's not area of effect. So every time that you see that boulder piece of ice, just let it be. Focus on hitting Kang Kung, but every time that you see that it's like a pillar of ice, you want to make sure that you destroy the pillar of ice. And if you do that, I think this fight will be fine. So we got the boulder and the pillar. We're going to take out the pillar, let him throw the boulder. Doesn't hurt that much, and we're fine. So I'm going to just finish off this fight. Keep hitting Kang Kung. Okay, so we're getting some abilities coming back up. Boulder, so we take out the pillar. That's really, I know it seems like it wastes a little time taking that out, but it's pretty important to get that out of the way. You want to make sure that you get that pillar out of the way every time, or else you're going to end up losing all your characters pretty much. So then we use Boas's ability, decent amount of damage. So this is a pretty long fight. If you want to, you can use your revive potions, and just in case, since this is a newer fight, some of you may have not used revive potions. All you do is you open your little bag here, click on the revive potion, and I'll bring up my level 21 hero. And if you click on him, he comes back, full health, really nice. And then we can start using him to also do damage to Kang Kung. So that was a nice hit there. He should be bringing back the ice again pretty soon, I think. He has an AoE attack where if you don't kill him in time, he does an AoE attack. So this guy, oh nope, that's just another tantrum. So we want to take out the pillar again, but leave that boulder. So you don't hit the boulder, you just focus on the boss. So every time you see that boulder, just let it be. Focus on the boss. Every time that you see that pillar of ice, make sure you're destroying it. Just a few more hits here, and Kang Kung should be gone. I might just go ahead and use one more revive potion just to make this go more quickly. And only doing a little bit of damage here, but every time Bovis comes up, it does a good amount of damage. But let's go ahead and take out that pillar, leave the boulder, and focus on Kang Kung. So I think if you use this strategy, you should be fine. You should be able to beat this dungeon fairly easily. So just as a recap, you want to bring all nature heroes. Make sure that they're fully leveled, and also make sure that their abilities are at max level as well. I think sometimes people forget to actually max out the abilities. And then as you're going through, you want to attack the hounds first, because they tend to do the most damage. The samurai warriors and things don't hurt you that much, so you attack them after you get the hounds out of the way. Make sure that you bring 3 revive potions, and then make sure that you destroy the pillar and don't actually attack the boulder of ice, and you should be fine. And you will end up with a win, hopefully, as well. So if anyone has any luck with this video, let me know. And thanks for watching again. I'm just going to go ahead and end it here on this victory. and I will see you for the next video.